The vehicles there on the property just before 7 o'clock tonight. And now this breaking news just moments ago. Authorities say Brian is also missing. He was named a person of interest, remember, several days ago. So let's get straight out to the scene. Fox 13's Evan Axelbank is there. He's been there outside the Brian Laundrie's home in Northport all afternoon and has seen all this activity, Evan, of the last couple of hours. It's been a bit of a strange night. You finally have a few answers here. I know the family's attorney says that's the big shocker for us. They don't know where Brian is either.
Yeah, and that's right. His attorney released a short statement saying that FBI agents were here at the Laundrie family home to get information from the family in an attempt to help find Brian. We have also confirmed tonight that Brian has not been heard from by family since Tuesday. So now we're 3 days from that. Both he and Gabby are now missing, both of them. Here's what it looked like as officers were going in and out of the home. They got here about 6:30. They left about 8:50 or so. The home had been surrounded all day by media and angry residents shouting at the family to speak up and for Brian to say what he knows about why Gabby hasn't been heard from since August 25th. We now know Brian was not at home. The lawyer, Stephen Bertolino of New York, says the FBI was inside helping to collect property to help find Brian. They were not discussing the missing persons case of Gabby Petito. There are searches of Gabby going on in the Grand Teton area of Wyoming, though they have not been able to zero in the search crews there. Brian got back to Florida to here in Northport September 1st after she was last heard from on the 25th. He was in her van but did not come back with her. They'd been seen on police body cam video on the 12th in Utah after an argument led to a police investigation there. Nobody was arrested. No charges were filed. Brian admitted to police officers there that you saw on the body cam footage that the time they had spent together was weighing on their relationship and leading to arguments. This case, of course, now takes on increased urgency as there's a missing persons case for Gabby out west and now here in the southeast and in Florida as they search for Brian Laundrie. As you said, a tremendous twist in this case. We now have two missing young people. Back to you.
And Evan, I'm curious, have you heard from Northport PD on this specifically tonight? Because you'll remember the chief yesterday at the press conference when he was asked if they knew where Brian was, he said they did. That was a little more than 24 hours ago. You got the FBI involved. They knew where he was yesterday. So what happened today?
Yeah, and as recently as tonight, Northport police had told me that they did believe they knew where Brian was. They did believe that he was accounted for. Now that appears to not be the case. We understand family has not heard from him since Tuesday, so that definitely leaves the question of what happened during these last 3 days. Where is he right now? We heard many of his neighbors and many residents here in Northport demanding that he come out. Of course, you know, his lawyer said that was not going to happen. His lawyer said that they had decided that Brian would not be speaking, of course, to media, let alone to police detectives. So you have a situation here where people thought, including the police department, that Brian was at least accounted for, and now he is not. The question is, where does this lead the case now? He was named a person of interest in the missing persons case of Gabby Petito. Right now, it is unclear where that case stands, and certainly this one as well.
Well, it is so peculiar, and we're certainly hopeful that he's found so that if he does have any information, he can share that with police. Because this is, I know, rip these families apart and capture the attention of the world. Evan Axelbank tonight in Northport. Thanks.